Good morning. If you're over 60, let me ask you something. When you sit down for breakfast, do you ever wonder if that meal is helping or hurting your energy, your circulation, or even your performance where it counts most? You're not alone. Most seniors reach for the same foods out of habit: toast, cereal, maybe a banana or a quick cup of coffee, and think they're playing it safe. But what if I told you that your everyday breakfast might be quietly dragging down your circulation, your energy, and your stamina, especially in those intimate areas that define your sense of vitality? I'm Dr. Tate. I've spent the last 2 decades specializing in men's health for seniors, helping thousands of men overcome circulation problems that most doctors overlook. And today, we're going to talk about 5 powerful, science-backed breakfast foods that are clinically proven to improve blood flow, boost your nitric oxide levels, and support healthy intimate function. These are not fads. They're natural, affordable, and backed by data. I'll also share real patient stories, men who were struggling with fatigue, numbness, and even loss of intimacy, and who turned things around with just a few changes in their morning plate. Let's clear something up first. Slowing down doesn't have to be a part of aging. A lot of men think poor circulation, heavy legs, or lack of morning energy is just part of getting older. But it's not your age that's working against you. It's what you're putting into your body first thing in the morning. Your blood vessels are like a network of highways, and when they're stiff, inflamed, or narrowed, your entire system starts running in slow motion. That includes energy to your muscles, your brain, and yes, your performance below the belt. But the good news is that your body hasn't given up on you. It's ready to respond if you give it the right fuel. And it starts with breakfast. The first food we need to talk about is one of the most misunderstood superfoods in America: spinach. Yep, plain old spinach. Whether you blend it into a smoothie, sauté it with eggs, or toss it into an omelet, spinach contains a compound that your circulation is begging for: natural nitrates. Nitrates are converted into nitric oxide in your body, which helps blood vessels relax, open up, and send more oxygen-rich blood exactly where it needs to go. For men, this means better performance, stronger morning energy, and reduced numbness or tingling in the lower body. I had a patient, Paul, 65, who came to me complaining of weak legs, poor stamina, and a cold, heavy feeling in his lower half. He was sure it was just aging. But when we looked at his diet, he hadn't eaten leafy greens in months. We added just 1 cup of spinach to his breakfast smoothie every day. Within 2 weeks, he said his legs felt lighter, his mood had improved, and he didn't feel that dragging sensation anymore. Spinach works because it feeds into what we call the nitrate-nitrite-nitric oxide pathway. That's a fancy way of saying it gives your body the raw material it needs to make your blood vessels work properly. 1 serving of spinach contains nearly 850 milligrams of nitrate. That's more than any over-the-counter supplement can offer. And the best part, it kicks in fast. Studies show that nitric oxide levels begin to rise within 2 to 3 hours of eating spinach. That means a spinach-based breakfast doesn't just help you in the moment. It primes your circulation for the entire day. And here's the real kicker. Men with better nitric oxide levels also experience more reliable intimate function and improved blood flow to the pelvic area, which is often the first place that suffers when circulation declines. If you've ever felt like your engine doesn't start the way it used to, it might not be your age. It might be your plate. Now let's talk about something creamy, rich, and surprisingly powerful: Greek yogurt. I know yogurt doesn't sound like a miracle food, but hear me out. Greek yogurt is packed with live probiotic cultures that do more than help digestion. They directly influence your gut lining, your immune system, and your vascular health. You might be wondering, what does gut health have to do with circulation? Everything. About 70% of your immune response starts in your gut. And if your gut is inflamed or unbalanced, it triggers low-level inflammation throughout your entire body, including your arteries. That inflammation leads to stiffened vessels, reduced nitric oxide availability, and sluggish blood flow. And that means cold hands, cold feet, and other areas that feel less alive than they used to. Greek yogurt fights back against this. Its probiotic strains help calm that inflammation and help your body better process nutrients like nitrates. That means when you eat spinach or other nitrate-rich foods, your gut is actually more efficient at turning them into circulation-boosting nitric oxide. But we're not stopping there. Combine Greek yogurt with berries, and you have one of the most effective natural circulation combos you can eat. Berries like blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries are packed with anthocyanins, which are plant pigments known to improve blood vessel flexibility and protect nitric oxide from oxidative stress. They also contain vitamin C, which further enhances nitric oxide absorption. I tell my patients to think of this combo as a 1-2 punch. Greek yogurt fixes the gut. Berries support the vessels. Together, they wake up your circulation. Take call, sixtinillo. He came to me feeling sluggish, stiff, and frustrated that his morning walks had turned into afternoon naps. I had him swap out his morning toast for a bowl of Greek yogurt with half a cup of mixed berries. Within 10 days, he told me, "Doc, I don't know what's in this stuff, but I feel like someone turned the lights back on." His legs felt stronger, his posture improved, and he was even getting better sleep. That's the kind of whole-body effect proper circulation can bring. And yes, he noticed a major difference in the bedroom too. When blood flows properly, everything works better. Plain and simple. Next up is something that still gets a raised eyebrow in my office: dark chocolate. I'm not talking about sugary candy bars or sweet desserts. I mean real dark chocolate, the kind that's 70% cacao or higher. This kind of chocolate is loaded with flavanols, natural compounds that increase nitric oxide, improve blood vessel dilation, and help reduce arterial stiffness. You know that groggy, heavy feeling some people get in the morning? That sluggish start? It's often a sign that your blood vessels are too constricted. A few squares of dark chocolate can help open them up naturally. And when you combine that chocolate with a cup of black coffee, the caffeine helps push blood through those relaxed vessels faster, giving you a smoother energy curve and sharper mental focus without a crash. Now let me tell you about one of my favorite patients, Alan. He's 66, retired from the fire department and proud of it. But ever since he turned 65, he told me he started every morning feeling like his legs were filled with sand. Just walking around the house was tiring. He figured it was just part of getting old. When I asked him what his breakfast looked like, it was the usual: toast, eggs, and maybe a banana. Nothing terrible, but nothing working for him either. I asked him to try something simple: 2 squares of 70% dark chocolate in the morning with his black coffee. Within 1 week, Alan said the difference was like night and day. He felt sharper, lighter on his feet, and more focused. And yes, he laughed and added, "It's helping in other departments too, document." The science backs it up. Flavanols in dark chocolate directly enhance endothelial function, which is the ability of your blood vessels to expand. They also protect nitric oxide from degrading too quickly. That means longer, steadier circulation and better blood delivery throughout your entire body, especially in areas where it matters most for confidence and energy. Now, let's talk about a green food that's gone from trendy to essential: avocado. This creamy fruit might look like a millennial fad, but it's actually one of the most powerful circulation-supporting foods you can add to your breakfast. Why? Because avocados are rich in heart-healthy monounsaturated fats and potassium. 2 things your blood vessels absolutely love. Monounsaturated fats help maintain the integrity of your cell membranes, which supports flexible, responsive arteries. Potassium helps your vessels relax and reduces sodium retention, which is key to lowering blood pressure and improving flow. I had a patient, Jeff, age 70, who had been avoiding fats for years. He thought anything creamy or rich was bad for his heart. But the truth is, healthy fats like those in avocado actually protect your heart and enhance blood flow. I asked Jeff to try half an avocado on his whole grain toast each morning, seasoned with a little lemon and sea salt. 3 weeks later, he told me his morning walks felt easier, his knees didn't ache as much, and his doctor noticed a drop in his blood pressure. When you give your arteries what they need, they thank you. Avocados help stabilize nitric oxide levels, improve lipid profiles, and give you steady energy without crashes or jitters. And when you start your day with healthy fats, your body absorbs fat-soluble vitamins better. Vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which all support immune function, testosterone balance, and tissue repair. Let's shift gears now and talk about a food that feels indulgent but acts like medicine: pomegranate. That's right. The ruby red fruit that ancient kings called the symbol of strength. Turns out they were onto something. Modern science now shows that pomegranate juice and seeds are loaded with some of the most powerful polyphenol found in nature. Compounds that enhance blood flow, reduce oxidative stress, and protect your nitric oxide from breaking down. Think of polyphenol like tiny guardians for your arteries. They keep your blood vessels smooth, open, and flexible. One of the most effective compounds in pomegranate is called elagitanin. It helps stimulate nitric oxide production and blocks the oxidative damage that usually kills it off. I had a patient named Reggie, 72, who came to me after noticing cold hands and feet all the time, especially in the morning. His energy was down, his mood was low, and he just didn't feel like himself. We added 4 ounces of 100% pure pomegranate juice to his breakfast. No added sugar, no blends, just the real thing. After 2 weeks, he told me his hands felt warm again. His energy came back. And he even started sleeping better, which makes sense, since improved circulation helps regulate temperature and reduce muscle tension during sleep. Now, a lot of people ask me, Dr. Tate, do I need to eat all 5 of these foods every single day? And the answer is simple. No, you don't have to. But the more you combine them, the stronger the results. This is what we call nutrient synergy. That means when you combine foods like spinach, Greek yogurt, berries, dark chocolate, avocado, and pomegranate, the effects don't just add up, they multiply. Your body is designed to process food combinations, not isolated nutrients. Let's look at how it works. Probiotics in Greek yogurt improve nitrate conversion from spinach. Vitamin C in berries boosts flavonol absorption from dark chocolate. Healthy fats in avocado improve polyphenol uptake from pomegranate. When you bring them together, you create a continuous feedback loop where each food makes the others more effective. That's real science. And that's why men who commit to a morning synergy routine see faster, stronger, and more lasting results than those who just try one food here and there. Let me tell you about James, a retired Army vet, 73 years old. He came into my office frustrated by fatigue, weak legs, and a sense that his fire had just faded. We put together a simple breakfast rotation. Monday through Friday, he had a spinach and berry smoothie with Greek yogurt. On toast, he added half an avocado. With coffee, 2 squares of dark chocolate. And 3 times a week, he drank a small glass of pomegranate juice. 10 days later, he walked into my office smiling. He said, "Doc, I feel like someone jump-started my engine." His legs felt lighter. His mood was better. And he told me something that really stuck with me. He said, "I don't feel like I'm aging anymore. I feel like I'm living again." That's the kind of transformation that happens when you feed your body what it's asking for. And the results speak for themselves. Now, I want to talk about how to turn this information into action. Because let's be honest, knowing what foods are good for you is one thing, but actually building a routine you can stick with, that's the real challenge. So how do you do it without feeling overwhelmed or giving up after 3 days? It's about starting small and building from there. Most men think they have to overhaul their entire diet overnight. But I tell my patients to begin with just one change. Pick one of the 5 power foods, spinach, Greek yogurt with berries, dark chocolate, avocado, or pomegranate juice, and make it a part of your breakfast for the next 3 days. That's it. No pressure. Just one change. What happens next is the key. Your body starts responding. You might feel slightly more energized. Your legs may not feel as heavy. You'll notice small signals that your circulation is waking up. And once that happens, motivation follows naturally. You'll want to add more because you feel the results, not because someone told you to. The truth is, your first hour after waking up is the most important time of the entire day for circulation. Why? Because that's when your blood vessels are at their tightest. Overnight, your hydration drops, your antioxidant levels shrink, and your circulation slows. That's why so many seniors feel groggy, stiff, or cold in the mornings. But if you feed your body the right nutrients during that window, nitrates from spinach, probiotics from yogurt, polyphenol from pomegranate, healthy fats from avocado, you give your system exactly what it needs to open up, circulate blood properly, and set the tone for the rest of the day. That's why breakfast is more than just a meal. It's your first opportunity to fight back against stiffness, fatigue, and declining performance. Here's a routine I recommend to many of my patients. It's simple, flexible, and designed to cover all 5 circulation-supporting nutrients in one sitting. Start with a smoothie. Use a cup of spinach, half a banana, half a cup of frozen berries, and 1 scoop of Greek yogurt. Add a splash of water or unsweetened almond milk and blend. On the side, have 1 slice of whole grain toast with half an avocado spread across it. Season it with lemon juice and a pinch of salt. Then, while enjoying your coffee, add 2 squares of dark chocolate. Finally, if you can, drink 4 ounces of 100% pure pomegranate juice. No blends, no sugars. That's your complete circulation-boosting breakfast. It takes less than 10 minutes to prepare and costs less than most fast food breakfasts. And the results? They speak for themselves. I've had men come back and tell me that after just 2 weeks of following this plan, they feel like they've added 5 years to their life. They're walking farther, standing longer, sleeping better, and even reconnecting with their partners in ways they hadn't felt possible in years. These are men who thought they were past their prime, men who had almost given up on their bodies. But your body hasn't given up on you. It's just been waiting for the right support. And when you feed it what it needs, it comes back stronger than you'd imagine. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Dr. Tate, this sounds great, but I've tried eating healthy before. I just can't stick with it. I hear that all the time. And you know what I say? You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. This isn't about dieting or restriction. It's about choosing a few powerful foods that work with your body instead of against it. You can still enjoy your favorite meals, your family dinners, even your occasional indulgences. But your first meal of the day, that one sets the tone for everything. If you win the morning, you give yourself a chance to win the rest of the day. There's something powerful that happens when you take back control of your health. It's not just physical. It's mental. It's emotional. Men come into my office all the time carrying years of silent frustration. They don't feel like themselves anymore. They've lost that spark, that sense of being strong, steady, capable. And they blame age. But it's not age that's taking those things away. It's poor circulation, low energy, and inflammation that builds up from years of nutrient neglect. The incredible thing is that once you reverse that pattern, once you start feeding your system the right inputs, everything changes. You wake up with purpose. You move with strength. You even start smiling more. And your loved ones notice. Your grandkids, your partner, your friends, they all see the shift. It's real. It's visible. And it starts with breakfast. Let's recap what we've learned so far. Spinach restores nitrates that convert into nitric oxide, helping blood vessels open and perform. Greek yogurt delivers probiotics that balance the gut and enhance nutrient absorption. Berries provide antioxidants and vitamin C to protect vessel flexibility and support nitric oxide. Dark chocolate gives you flavonols that widen your arteries and energize your system. Avocado supplies healthy fats and potassium for vessel control and energy. Pomegranate adds polyphenol that deepen blood flow and protect nitric oxide from breakdown. Each one works alone, but together, they unlock something even more powerful, synergy. And when you give your body that synergy each morning, you create a cycle of healing that builds with time. Now let's talk about what happens when you stay consistent with this. Because a single healthy breakfast won't change your life, but one healthy breakfast repeated every day for 4 weeks absolutely can. The key here isn't perfection. It's showing up. Your blood vessels are incredibly adaptive. They respond to repeated signals. If you nourish them with the right foods daily, they begin to widen more easily, deliver blood more efficiently, and heal more quickly. Within the first 7 to 10 days, most men report subtle changes. Lighter legs, fewer cold fingers, less stiffness. Around week 2, energy starts to return. That mid-morning slump fades. Your mental clarity improves. And yes, most men begin noticing a difference in intimate performance too. By week 4, many men tell me they feel reset. Stronger, sharper, more in control. That's the power of what I call circulation momentum. Each morning, you're fueling your body's ability to restore itself. That's not hype. That's biology. And it works. Now let me address one last barrier I hear all the time. Dr. Tate, I'm just too old to change. That statement breaks my heart. Not because it's true, but because so many people believe it. I've treated men in their 80s who've turned their circulation around completely. I had one man, Ron, 81 years old, who started this exact routine with his daughter's help. For weeks later, he told me he felt the best he had in decades. I walk faster, he said. I sleep deeper. And I can finally stand through my entire Sunday church service without my knees aching. That's not a fluke. That's physiology responding to real food and real commitment. So if you're listening and you've been thinking, it's too late for me, I'm here to tell you, it's not. Your body is waiting for your signal. It's never too late to get better. And this is where it all comes together. You have 5 foods, 5 tools, 5 allies in your corner that can rebuild your energy, your circulation, and your vitality one morning at a time. Let's say them again. Spinach, your nitrate powerhouse. Greek yogurt with berries, your probiotic and antioxidant booster. Avocado, your vessel-strengthening fat. Dark chocolate, your nitric oxide igniter. Pomegranate, your deep blood flow defender. When you build a breakfast around these, even just 2 or 3 at a time, you are choosing strength over stagnation, life over fatigue. You're choosing to take control of how you age, not just react to it. Let's be honest, most people won't do this. They'll hear the advice, nod their heads, and go right back to toast and coffee, wondering why they feel worse every month. But you're still here listening. That means you're not most people. That means part of you is ready for a better path. The only question now is, will you act on it? Will you wake up tomorrow and give your body what it's truly asking for? Because the cost of waiting is high. Another day of low energy, of missing out, of thinking your best years are behind you. But the reward of taking that first step, that's something only you can experience. It's when you feel your legs moving with ease. It's when you walk upstairs without pain. It's when your partner smiles at you and says, "You seem different lately, stronger." That moment, it's worth everything. So here's what I want you to do. Before tomorrow morning, pick one of the 5 foods we talked about and make sure you have it ready. Don't aim for all 5 at once. Just start with 1. That single act puts you in motion. It tells your body, "I'm listening. I'm ready to heal." And when you feel that first change, however small, build on it. Add a second food next week. A third the week after. This is how real transformation happens. Quietly, steadily, one choice at a time. And if you ever lose motivation, just remember, this isn't just about circulation. It's about freedom. It's about feeling confident in your own skin again. It's about living without fear of what the next test result or doctor visit might say. You're giving yourself the best chance possible for strength, energy, and independence, not by chasing a miracle, but by feeding your body exactly what it needs to do its job. I'll leave you with this. In 6 months, you're going to be 6 months older no matter what. The only difference will be whether those 6 months were filled with progress or decline. Whether you feel more alive or more tired. Whether you say, "I'm glad I started when I did," or "I wish I hadn't waited so long." That choice is in your hands right now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now. So take a breath. Make your plan. And tomorrow morning, give your body the power to thrive. This is Dr. Lauren Tate. And from everything I've seen in over 20 years of practice, one truth remains. You're never too old to get better. Your circulation can improve. Your confidence can return. And your mornings can be the start of something incredible again. You don't need permission. You just need the right tools and the will to use them. One meal at a time, one step at a time, you can build a life that feels good to live in. You deserve that. And now you know how to get it.